Hey everyone, it's time for your Thursday Daily Trucker News Update. I'm Carlin Stafford.
And I'm Britnee Joyner. We have a lot of news to cover today, including spot rates. They're soaring. Scary, a man threatened a trucker with a gun and then chokes a police canine. And a little boy has a great Make-A-Wish granted.
So let's get trucking.
First, we start with spot rates. They are soaring, according to a DAT Freight and Analytics report. After a year of touching bottom right before the pandemic, spot truckload rates reached a near all-time high during the week ending in May 3rd. Compared to the same week last year, the 7-day average line haul rate for dry vans was $2.27, a mile for the week, 95 cents higher. Also, spot reefer rate averaged $2.61 per mile, up 94 cents. And the average flatbed rate was $2.62 per mile, a 93-cent increase year over year. Some trends to watch: dry van volume increasing by 5%, although van rates declined in large markets. Reefer load posts increased by 11%, and Mother's Day shipments were in bloom. U.S. consumers spent around $28.1 billion for Mother's Day, which equates for around 150,000 truckloads.
A Utah trucking company employee is in hot water for PPP loan fraud, I should say. Lisa Roberry pleaded guilty to her role in a fraud scheme involving the Paycheck Protection Program. According to a news release from the U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Utah, Roberry unlawfully obtained a federal PPP loan for falsifying, man, also a tough word, a loan application. Roberry wasn't in this alone either. Her co-defendant, Hubert Ugarte, you may remember his story, owned the trucking company where she worked. Ugarte pleaded guilty to the same loan fraud. Gosh, again, these are all tough words to say, and was convicted in federal court in April. All right, so I made it through that story, but it took me a mile and a half for sure, because gosh.
Oh. Hey, how crazy is that?
It really is, and I don't understand how people can do
I have
such,
no idea.
Fraud in this federal program, but when you have millions of people applying, I guess one or two applications are easy to slide through and get approved.
And he did 2 of them. He's gotten in trouble twice now.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
So crazy.
He was betting on double jeopardy, I guess.
I guess he was. Well, here's a scary story for you. A man threatened a trucker with a pistol and then choked a police dog. The incident happened near Blackfoot, Idaho. Corey Cox got into a road rage altercation with a truck driver. Then Cox pulled out a pistol and threatened to shoot the tires out of the driver's semi-truck. The driver explained to police officers that Cox had gotten him to pull over and immediately started to yell at him. The trucker said that Cox wasn't making any sense when he pulled out a black gun and began to make threats. The trucker said he feared for his life, and eventually Cox got into his vehicle and drove away. Cox then crashed into a farm field's irrigation system where he fled the scene, but deputies soon caught up with him. During a struggle with the police dog, it is stated that Cox kicked the canine before grabbing it and choking it around the throat. The canine bit Cox, and deputies placed him in custody into the Bingham County Jail, where he remains behind bars on $35,000 bail.
A Swedish-based autonomous trucking company, Einride, I hope I'm saying that right, will set up headquarters in Austin, Texas after raising $110 million. The autonomous electric freight vehicle company is planning to establish Austin as its U.S. headquarters later this year. Einride's primary offering is a futuristic pod vehicle with no cab that can be deployed in fenced-in facilities using predetermined routes, as well as shipping on public roads. Now, the company is offering its vehicles on a subscription basis to its customers, which include Coca-Cola, Oatly, Lidl, and Electrolux. The company is one of the several autonomous vehicle companies hiring there in Austin, Texas. And I'm sure we're going to be running much more updates as kind of, the foreign autonomous truck market moves into the U.S., where we have lots of road to cover.
Right, and Austin's really becoming like a hub spot of all of them.
Right, Texas in general, I think those tax credits, I know, Tesla moved down there and things like that. So there will be a lot more people moving in. Texas is about to get even more crowded. Ooh. So if you live in Texas, we're sorry. For several reasons, but mostly because of the crowding.
Oh, well, according to U.S. Border Patrol, a trucker was attacked by 3 undocumented immigrants at a Texas truck stop. Authorities say the truck driver was resting in his vehicle when he heard people try to climb into his windjammer. He stepped out of the truck to look, and the 3 individuals ran away. It happened then a second time, and he went back with a flashlight this time. That's when he said the individuals rushed him, and he used the flashlight to defend himself. The 3 subjects ran it towards I-35, and the authorities were able to locate the people hiding behind a store. 2 of the people were bleeding from the head injuries, and they admitted that they were struck by the truck driver during the altercation. Police later confirmed that the 3 individuals were from Mexico and had entered the U.S. illegally.
Make-A-Wish partnered with Macy's and UPS to grant a wish for a little boy whose dream was to be a delivery person. Mateo's dream came true when the foundation brought a functioning custom-made UPS truck, which he was able to use to make deliveries all over his hometown of Stockton, California. Mateo practiced driving his own truck with personal driving lessons from his favorite UPS driver, Dave, with a sign dubbed "Mateo Delivers Hope" along his journey. That is one of the sweetest stories we have seen.
It's so sweet. I'm so happy that he was able to get that wish granted too. How fun for him.
It was really cool to see. And then of course, I'm loving all these kids who are like, I want to be a delivery driver when I grow up. The pandemic is good for a couple of things. And this is probably one of them.
And we need you. Please, we need you.
More of them. That is for sure.
Well, that does it for today's news update.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow for all that trucking news you need.